second here. What is going on YouTube? Out here in these streets. And that's not gonna work. What's up, guys? See who checks in on this early day. Hey, what do you think? All right. See who checks in here on an early Saturday morning. It is Saturday, right? Hopefully it's Saturday, otherwise we're late for the job. Or worse. Release the hounds. Get some water in here. Hopefully it's not hot where you are, because it is getting hot here. Real hot. Blazing hot. Just got up to 100. Seller did a video. He said he got 100 over his place this week. Which means it's on our way. But we usually don't get quite as hot as he does because we're not stuck in that valley like he is. Let's get you guys some water over here. Kicks in. Or is everybody else doing the things before it gets hot? Maybe that's the answer. Well, of course, it would be hot already a lot of places. So you would be taking your break about now for siesta. If you're out there. Of course, I hear everything on the East Coast is raining. So you're off the hook. Oh, who we got there? What's up, Walter Davis? You're definitely siesta time. It's one of those things on a Saturday. It's like, I need to get out here when it's cool and do more. And you guys calm down. Hold on. Goodness gracious. Act like you haven't eaten all night. Sit you down. Sit down. Hold on. Life is not over. Life as you know it is not over. But it'd be nice to get out here when it's quite a bit cooler. But who wants to wake up at 5 on a Saturday? It's like you do that all week. Why would I want to do that on a Saturday? Pay the price about an hour from now. We got others jumping in here. I guess I didn't even put any tags on this, like, welcome to the show. Here's the family. Say hello to your fans. You're not gonna say hello? You stage fright? Maybe. All right. These people desperate, like they haven't eaten. Let's see what we got here. Off the stack. Put you guys in the shade for a second. Reorganize. But what's the latest and greatest, right? Are you not entertained? Hopefully my headset's working. Walter said hello, and nobody said hello back. So hopefully you can still hear me. Let's get this hay out of here. But what has been going on? I mean, everything. I will continue to emphasize the distraction from the monetary system while they look at all the other things. Things don't look so good on the inflationary front. It's like you don't want bonds to go high because the banks will go under. We talked about this last year. Like, are they going to save the banks? Or are they going to save the country? Which one do you think you have more vested interest to do so? All right, we got some people. There's a practical rifleman checking in with his high-speed low drive. All right. Who else we got here? All right. Let's see where we're at. All right, we'll flip. All right, there we go. There we go. All right, bright sunny day, as you can see, clear as a bell. Not a cloud in the sky. Has been the normal here for a little bit. We haven't had any afternoon thunderstorms. I think they're expecting afternoon thunderstorms in the mountains because they got a fire warning out. So be forewarned is forearmed, right? Watch out for those potential thunder showers that produce lightning, that produce fire. I probably don't have to worry about it, but could be off, affecting somebody else. But it's not super dry yet. It's the August fires that really get bad and whatnot. So get over here and is everybody saying hello and good morning? Walter was going to work on the boat. It's a work on the truck kind of day where you can work inside. Yeah. You want to switch weather, Walter? I could use some rain. It's a catch because I've been talking about it. You'll see the fight with the weeds continues to struggle, but it's ongoing. But it's like if I get rain, the weeds get worse and the plants hardly grow at all. But the plants need it more than it'd be nice to save a little bit of water. But man, the weeds just get all up and crazy every time it showers even a little bit. So the garden has progressed. I've again fighting back the weeds. I need to get still a ton of stuff planted. I was talking to Saints and Sappers, and he was talking about how he had got most of his plants in and had tons of stuff. I was a little jealous. Let's get you guys some more water. Everybody into the pool. But yeah, finishing up any of the planting types. Lots of tomatoes, squash. Planted some cucumber seedlings and they are struggling. It got hot like as soon as you put them out. It's already up. You hush. But like cucumbers like that nice cool moisture. Like as soon as I got them in, we got our heat streak going this week. It's like can't even get into June without hitting 100. It looks like, unfortunately. Hold on, guys. So of course, as soon as I get transplants in it, the heat wave hits. It's like it was snowing 2 weeks ago. What do you want me to do? I can't plant in the snow. You only have so much time, so many days. So it's a compressed timeline for sure. That doesn't benefit the grower. Benefits everybody but the grower, it seems like. But hopefully your struggles are not as such as well. Let's get over here to the shade. Into the garden. Anybody else need water? No, I think we got everybody. Got everybody on that front. The water is the most important thing for the day, right? If you're going to be in this kind of weather. So we'll start off on this side of the garden. So we got our tomatoes in last night, the last of them. So these are all the seedlings that we put in that you saw us grow like a month ago. These are the seedlings I was tending to and that we got from the store. So we got a mix of different variety. I got to get that greenhouse secret down. These are the ones we tended to. Those are ours. And And this is the cucumber. I think he's dead. He's not doing good. These cucumbers here are struggling. They're in the pretty good morning shade, but they are just withering. And these are the ones we tended to get going. So they turned out pretty good. It's actually, I was worried about the ones that I seeded first coming in, and it ended up being the ones I seeded last. That big tray that I had came in the worst. Like a lot of them didn't even. I don't know if it was because they got dried out, because that was around the time I was traveling, and those guys just didn't come through hard at all. But anyway, our cabbage has finally showed up. We got some peppers from the store. My seedling peppers, got one over there, and I planted beans along here. The peas are kind of holding their own. They've grown, but they're not bushy yet. These are peppers that we seeded ourselves. So that's a self project. And our watermelon. This is really what's important. Our watermelon's coming in. And this little pea guy, I don't know if he's gonna make it. Let's see. What else? Oh, here's a watermelon that's coming in. I gotta get this. It's like something got a hold of that. I ran out of markers, so I'm using sticks. Something got a hold of that guy. All right, that's kind of. And we got corn. We got some actual corn showing up over here through the weeds. Corn came in quick, and this is all heritage heirloom corn. I just put this down last weekend, and it's already popping up. So that's a win. Good fertilization. I think most of the seeds were from 2021, if I remember right. So it's a win on that front. But yeah, the struggle continues. We'll be out here to weed a little bit this morning. Oh, here's our other squash. Hold on, let me check the comments. Walter got so much rain. The hay has really come in strong. Oh, okay. Going to seed. Okay. The hay production is up. Nice and lush garden for practical riflemen. I am amazed. So here's our other. Are these cucumbers? Yeah. These are also cucumbers. They're doing a little better than that one back there, but not by much. These guys are. You can see these guys are really taking the heat hard. And a couple artichokes. We got seedlings for. I don't want to talk bad about the store-bought, but you always want to do as much as you can on your own. And squash out here. But the squash seemed to be holding up fairly well since we planted it this week. It wasn't was it last week? I guess no. I got this in the ground. We bought these seedlings and got those in the ground, and I've got pumpkin seed that I've just planted last week over here. So nothing's showing on that end yet. And over here, nothing showing on that end. So what else am I missing? I need to get carrots, radishes planted again. I took out that first planting that I had. So that's what that is. And I planted some beans. I want to plant some more beans. Let me get up in here. See if I can see anybody. That's it. Walter's last comment. Nice and lush, you say. Is that right? Hey, it's all grow what you can where you can, right? I've been trying to grow more and more sunflowers, and it's like they don't they grow where I didn't put them, and they don't grow where I put them. I had actually one of the seedling trays that these guys were in. One of them popped up in one of those, and I don't know how it got in there. But I've seeded them different places around trees and around the area, and like they won't come up, or they haven't. Uh, Sunflowers are a big one. I planted some more watermelon. I'm trying to think what else. I think I gotta find some cantaloupe seeds. That's what it was. I need to go get my cantaloupe seeds. What else we need? Radishes, carrots. See how much watermelon we get grown. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Gypsy moths. Oh, yeah. Well, that's not good, Walter. That's not good at all. What eats those? Is it mostly bats, or what birds eat them, or do they all stay away from them? That sounds like get some predators on those things, you know? But depending on how suburban you are, it's hard to find many of those, you know? You don't want to kill all the pollinators. You got to have bees, you know? Set you down here for a second. I need to trim this tree back a little bit. I trimmed it a little bit because I was thinking about putting that beehive here, and then I've got an alternate plan, and I don't have any bees yet, so I gotta work on that. Another work in progress. It is nice in the shade. I can stand here in this tree shade, and it's downright comfortable. As soon as I get moving out there in the sun, struggle. Random carrot seeds that got mixed in the tomato row for practical rifleman. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, they shouldn't conflict too much. You just clear out around the tomato directly, right? Grow what's right there. I don't know. I like watching Howie over at, well, I can't remember his whole channel name now. Howie. Food Force Permaculture. Yeah. He's all about just growing everything everywhere. It's cool to watch. Hey, Cindy, what's going on? Infestation of silkworms. Yeah. Teensy moths. Yeah, get them. Yeah, it's going to be moth culling season for sure. Do bats eat moths? I think they would, right? That's kind of one of their main events. Get more bats. Walter's gonna get bees. All right, I was thinking the same, but probably next year now. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get them this year. And I was talking about putting it here in the garden, and as I've been kind of cultivating and doing the things in the garden, I've been like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I don't think I would want the hassle of them being disturbed. I mean, as much as I don't use mechanical equipment, still, especially early on in the season here, and then later on in the harvest season, like, might be too many conflicts. So I got another place I'm gonna try to put them closer to some bigger trees where there's some good shade, but a little further away from regular people. It's a challenge. You only got so much room. There's only so much decent area in the desert. So you can't put them in the animal pens. You can't put them near the animals. You don't really want them near the animals. So it's like, how many trees do I have around here? So that's that plan on that. But yeah, bees. Need more bees, right, Walter? More bees is better bees. If they spray, what happens if they kill somebody's beehive? I mean, people have backyard bees, I would imagine, pretty much everywhere, right? I mean, what's up with that? That doesn't sound fun at all. Kill your whole hive, or do people get enough notice to where they're able to cover them up? I guess I don't know. And like decontaminate it after the fact. But then the bees go out and get caught in the stuff anyway. That's terrible. Can't imagine. I mean, I know they do airdrops for mosquito larvae here. I don't think that necessarily affects the bees there. But either way, no fun. So I'm gonna have to get to some weeding. I'm trying to build that row for my carrots and radishes. What else is going on? Yeah, all the landscaping, right, Walter? People think everything's more important than where their food comes from, or most people don't even know that their food relies on bees. You know. Actually, let's see if we can. It's just like the economic situation. Let's see if we can do this. See if my neighbor checks in like on tool time. But landscape. Let's see if I can. Let's do that. Go and grab some stuff. Wait, what? Okay. How's that story go? Hit like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that like button. Commentary in a while. Thought maybe that might be appropriate for some time. Twitter there. It said these young agents are it says officially 30 weeks. That has grown, was going exponentially. They don't talk about the dead in the other time. It's election time. The room average is on the road right now. The Doge tells them to cut back and then here's where we are. If anybody didn't get totally just bored out of their mind on that. Look, hey, what's up, Howie? I was just talking about you. You must have heard your name. He's out here in the garden pulling some. No, we're not looking. No, there's no kimchi. It's a clear as crystal day around here. No cloud, no nothing. I don't even see a little small one. How they can sometimes pop up by the mountains. But it is a crystal clear day here in the high desert. Showed on the plants a little earlier, Howie. Kind of jealous of how you get to just pack them all in there. And I got weeds everywhere and having to sparse everything out. But yeah, such as it is. Let me see how I can do this so I can get a little better read on things as we're going. We'll put it over here. I hope you're gonna get up there in the Great White North, Howie. You look like everything I've seen of you has definitely been putting in good work on your plants. Good. Through the heat this week. It was 2 weeks ago. I plant the next week and it's 100 degrees the next week. Like, can't win. But yeah, the true believers out there just throwing your government money around further, and they wonder why we're 30 billion in debt. But they don't care as long as it goes to their preferred people for their preferred reasons. And according, there was a funny SD Bullion does a weekly update on their YouTube. They put it on Twitter, and there was a video on the current situation of the metal markets and kind of the economic, or not economic, but the trend in metals plus bond money, just money for entire people worldwide there with that. And we had an opening video of these aliens joking about the world debt and like, what does it even mean? It's not even real. Find it somewhat amusing if it wasn't just downright depressing how bad the debt is. But it's not. Don't pay it off. It's not going away. So what happens? The fear of the unknown is going to kick in at some point when people realize, oh, this is going to be really, really bad. Because the government protecting the banks, who supposedly have all this interest owed to them, etc. How are they going to get your stuff short of political force? How much lawfare are they going to use till they have to use it? You thought the Great Depression was bad with foreclosures and such. Wait till this time around. Everything was down yesterday. Trick the algorithm. Everything is okay because most of the big fun stuff is all in the algorithm. As long as it doesn't read that algorithm a certain way, it's not going to push buy or sell. It's going to hold steady. Everything is okay. There's nothing unusual happening. There's nothing to see here. Move along, move along. I'll have to get the computer this time. Who else we got here? Oh, just Howie saying hi. That's it. All right. What was I thinking about the other day, Howie? I was thinking something about growing something I was going to ask, and I was thinking I should ask Howie. What was that? Thinking maybe about potatoes. I don't know if you grow many potatoes, but like when's a late time to grow potato to still get them in and have them produce decent? Because ideally, oh, that's what it was. I was thinking about how once again I have not got my potatoes in an effective timeline, and it's the last thing. Last month I was worried about getting my seeding started, and then I had to travel, and it's like my time is all back. I got your potatoes in the ground beginning of the month. Here we are, I've moved. I guess kind of being planned in the hotter temperature. When you're playing in the pool, it seems like you do really well, but I haven't. It's basically worth my time plant potatoes now at this point. Even though it's still technically early growing season wise, but it's already hot. It's like those cucumbers are struggling in there. Hot water plants, hot weather plants, yeah. So yeah, I failed to meet my potato production effort this year once again. It always gets left on the back burner. It's like it's not a seed. I get seed potatoes when everybody else is getting them, they disappear. However that works out. How early would I have to start? If I was to grow potato from seed, how early would I have to start on that? That'd probably have to be a real early time. Check my chart on that. Seeding chart. Seems like they be slow developing that one. What do you call those lights? UV light, whatever. Growing light. Cherry trees in particular. I guess I could put a couple apple. I'd like to add at least 4 trees this year. All our cherry trees, and all the blooms blew off before we got this pollination going, because there's very, very few cherries developing compared to what we've got in the past. Looks like the wind may have got to it, or maybe one of those cold spells did it in. I don't know. That's disheartening. It's always good to have good cherries. The tree's done a lot of good that we've had. And nobody's has everybody stopped commenting, or did let's go back here to our update. It says Howie, give me a 4x4 if you're still in the chat, or somebody's there. Make sure we're still broadcasting here. I just end up talking to myself. Well, I guess I'm talking to myself anyway. Half of y'all are probably AI, don't even know it. Maybe I am talking to myself. Maybe this will just be for posterity, so I can check in later on myself. But yep, getting things done in the cool of the day. What's going to go on in June? They got any? I know Dad on YouTube has already done with his vacation time, so he should be back here on YouTube shortly, telling us all about his adventures. See what his economic index is looking like. I think we have differing opinions on where we're headed in that direction for that purpose, but he seems to have a positive outlook no matter what. Keeps all us doomers in check. Carrot roll over here. Get this out in the sun. I know if I get this phone in the sun for too long, it'll overheat. So I don't want to. Oh, Walter's still here. All right. Put the carrots in here once I get this weeded, I believe. Right now. So this is where we are. Clearing this row here, and we will get some seeds in here hopefully this morning. Are you working on your truck and listening, Walter, or what? Seems like it'd be hard to listen and work. It's easy to talk and work. Yeah, government misappropriation of funds, always an exciting time. I don't know that anybody's necessarily shocked by that, but the bigger thing is to check out who in your friend group, neighbor group, or whatever is like, oh yeah, we should do more of that. Let's give everybody all the things they want. Never ends well. My jug of water. Had any fun adventures in their garden this year. Somebody was talking about already dealing with tomato worms on a video. They're gonna have tomatoes growing enough to attract any moths or tomato worms. What were they using? I know they were talking about worm defense. I don't know what it was. And I was kind of wondering if guineas eat tomato worms. I haven't gotten them too bad the last 2 years, but every year before that, tomato worms were just disastrous. Well, just short of disaster, because we had so many tomatoes still. We were overflowing still with tomatoes at that time. But I was just watching that and wondering if my guineas helped keep that down a little bit. We've propagated them a little bit more the last couple of years, and they've been through the garden once or twice a day. Focus on bugs, that's all good, but don't mess with them. So maybe they have been the reason our tomato worm problem is kind of eat them. I know chickens love them. But I'm not letting the chickens in here. They won't have a garden left. Everything possible except probably problem that died down a little bit later. I was doing it. Not really, at least. Well, I should take that back. I was thinking, now that I think about it, because the location of the garden was 4 years ago, we had it in a lower lying valley-like area, a little more protected. So it's lower lying. Up here, it's on the high ground. I was wondering if maybe the breeze at night keeps the moths kind of off things a little bit more. And down below where it's all still, that air is more still, so the moths feel more comfortable with the light on there. Maybe that might be the location of the garden might affect that, but I wasn't sure. Walter's doing rod ends. All right. Climb up, yeah. What was it I replaced on the Jeep a couple years ago? We replaced the axle seals, something else, but yeah, definitely messing in that area. And I upgraded. It looks like we a little bit out here in the middle of the garden. Good signal. Like, how bad can it be? Let's try this. Get it up a little. I got this newfangled tripod. Well, it's not new to me. I got it at the thrift store. That's probably the biggest score I've ever had, but it's got the bendable legs that allow you to wrap onto stuff. So it's kind of cool the way that works. But we'll see if this holds up at all. Helps me see a little bit. Let's see if it gets better signal. Hold that signal in there while we're doing the things. You know, slide back here. All right. So we got some people still with us. Probably Walter doing his tie rods. And that might be about it. But yeah, if anybody wants to watch how to really grow stuff, go check out Howie and Food Forest Permaculture. That's if you grow stuff up there in the Great White North like he does, you're definitely doing something right. He shares a lot of good information from a lot of different channels too, to keep your soil right, how to plant those citrus plants where he does and stuff. Like, don't even have enough daylight to do that around here. So he's definitely doing something right. But every little bit helps, even if you're not doing it right. Get in there and learn, like that on YouTube. Learn the hard way, like I did. Or like Uncle Al says, Cousin Dumas. I think I resemble that remark half the time. Nobody wants to talk about gardening or talk about government misappropriation of funds or spreading government funds to illegals and such things. Nobody wants to hear that mess. Anybody have anybody graduate from high school this year, I guess? Anybody kick anybody out of the house this year? Because they're finally out of high school? Don't kick your kids out of your house. They'll go when they're ready. And if they do want to hang around, it's probably your fault. Or it might be your wife's fault just for feeding them too much. But things are bad out there. So in the economic situation, don't think your kids should just go about and be able to succeed. It's something that might be more obvious to some than others. Things are rough. Here, I think it was, so there was a need to look for a, what do you call it? a house for somebody. Somebody's looking for a house. And just kind of did a browsing myself, and it is insane, the house prices. Manufactured homes, not even fully built homes. Manufactured homes are going for no less than like $350 on like half an acre, not even half an acre some places. Like insane. In Carson City, like I don't think you can get anything under 400, you know, unless you're living in the mobile home park and like something like that. Like anything that's on a piece of property and if it's a manufactured or otherwise, like 400,000 easy. So things are definitely in a bad situation on that end. So they've been trying to play this generational warfare game on the interwebs over the years of separating the generations amongst each other, which they kind of accomplished back in the 80s and 90s, you know, and it's like, stick together. It's us against them, and them being the banks, the one that are separating everybody from their property and their livelihoods. Not good. Things are not going well at all for the younger generation trying to get started. Just the inflation this year alone, and people want to say, well, the baby boomers went through the 70s, yada yada. Like, the situation is so much different. And like, I don't understand why people don't get more in the mindset of helping their own kids, or is it mostly just people, all these childless people who have been running the show for so long? They're trying to bring everybody else down with them because they're miserable because they don't have kids to pass anything on to. I never understood that either. graduation time. Let's check them. Oh, if book recommendations. This has been on the mind lately, and if you're looking for a good story, ACAS, formerly known as Fourth Dimension, who now goes by the Italian Hillbilly, friend ACAS, he's got a video book deal thing he's doing on the YouTube. Go check that out. It's Italian Hillbilly. He's doing a zombie apocalypse type thing. It's just a fun thing. It's pretty cool that he was able to put all that together. He's inspired me. But go check out Italian Hillbilly, Fourth Dimension, ACAS. I got to do all the names before I call him his now channel name. The Italian Hillbilly. He's got this. It's called The Blight. He's on season 2 or book 2, I guess he's calling it. Just a fun little story, and it's pretty much first person. Of him in Ohio. And so if you think Ohio's not real, it's probably right. It's all fictional in this book. So. But it's a fun story to support somebody from the crew. He's got a lot of what would you call it? Celebrity guest stars in his show that you will recognize. Usual suspects that frequent these types of this side of YouTube. So that's kind of fun. Catching some of the names who he brings in to part of his crew or whatnot, especially in the early on in the first book. The second book's got a different angle to it and different setting. It takes place in different settings. Yeah, check that out if you're so inclined to just have a little bit of entertainment to go along with your prepping discussion on I need to get more water or whatever it might be. So that's the Italian Hillbilly. And there was another book I was thinking of. What was it? Oh, Praxis is doing what's Praxis? Praxis Prepping and Survival? That's his full channel name? Praxis Prepper? What's his full channel name? Dang. See, I'm gonna have to put these in the comments now that I put them in after I'm done here. But Praxis Prepper, Prepping with Praxis Prepping and Survival. I can't remember his full channel name. Everybody knows who he is, right? I mean, I think everybody would be subscribed to him if you've been on YouTube any amount of time. But Praxis has got a book that he has actually written in physical form that he is putting out. And he explains it in video recently, and I shared it on my community page. I go to that on my YouTube. I shared that link to the video you can watch and kind of discuss what it's about. It's kind of basically a book of things that you might need a printed copy of when things go down. So it's a small book. I think he said it's 87 pages. I tried to keep the page number down for obvious reasons, but it's basically a reference book in the apocalypse. And then he goes this morning, he's talking about solar flares. So he's propping that book up. I guess there's a solar flare popped off. But it's basically to have that reference when everything electronic goes down. So Praxis, go check that out. That's on my community page. Be interesting to get one. Basically, my comment on my community page was, probably needs this. You just don't know it yet. You probably need this stuff. Forearm. Tactical Tony has checked in. What is up, Tony? Saying hi. All right. Glad to see you, Tony. Tony's out there doing the things. Tony showing off maps yesterday. I don't know what that was about. Trying to learn his geography. And I think he found them at a place he was working, and they gave him some old antique-like stuff. That was kind of cool. Outside working. Tony's working in the heat, you know that. At least the humidity. Like, it's hot where I'm at. Tony's got humidity. I think I'd rather be here. But, yeah, Praxis Prepper is a book. You can check that out if you're so inclined to have a physical reference. You may have already, if you're high speed like Practical Rifleman or some of you long timers, you've already got your own book already printed out and ready to go. But it's a quick reference guide to a lot of things that might come in useful. And in the said event that everything else electronic goes down, and you need those hard guides. So go check him out. And that book I thought was a good tool and probably thoroughly researched like he does most things. Probably a pretty good reference. If you're familiar with this card game he did, that's pretty cool. What else was I thinking about? Oh, so that leads me. I've been working on a book project because I was inspired, not originally by ACAS, but for over a year. I mean, it's one of those things when you get to a certain age, like I got to write a book, right? So probably like 10 years. It's like, what would I write a book about? And then we had the Mongol Moon series. If you're familiar with that, started out, I think it came out in 2019. Because I remember I had the book before the 2020 time frame. Mark Sibley did that, and then there was the 299-day series. It's always be like, it'd be fun to write something like that, right? Something a little fictional that you could tie into, prepping, tie into, what you do on a daily basis, or how to be ready on a daily basis. Something you could do like that. And there's that 200 series and that Mongol Moon series are kind of that fictional realm. If you have the ability to write like that. What's up, Becoming Dangerous? Speaking of writing books, everybody's going to have a book. Oh, there he's just finished writing the short story that goes with the book in the. Yeah. So, yeah, Wayne's working on a book too. So I was like, I got to start writing. So about, I guess it's been 2 months now. 2 months now, I just started writing. So we'll see. And what I'm learning is, I think in the past, my attempts, I was trying to be too, get it all done at once, when I realized, it's not like back in school when you could, when you had to, get things done on a deadline. It's like, I'm not on a deadline. I can go back and re-edit it and update things, and the thing about that is it's dangerous, is because now I'm at the point where, this is going to get big. So I've got big plans. We'll see if anything actually comes about. Andy up there in New Hampshire, is going to be my editor. So he doesn't know it yet. He's going to be my, he can write the forward or something like that. He just doesn't know it. But it's going to just be a different take on the combination of those type of topics in my own little world. I had thought because what Sibley did with his, see, I'm rambling now. I don't know, because I know most of you guys aren't in that realm. What Sibley did with Mongol Moon now is there is a whole bunch of people he's brought in together to write a bunch of different offshoot stories that are mostly tied to the same genre or same universe, I guess you'd call it. It's kind of like the Marvel universe, but it's the Mongol Moon universe. So they're loosely tied. They don't have to be exactly following the same timeline, but he's put a bunch of those together. And when I first commented on his, it was over a year ago. When I first commented on a discussion about his topic that he should have in the book, like a scene and like different. He was talking about different venues and locations and stuff. It's like, hey, yeah, you should check this out. This is a good story, and I kind of just gave a brief outline, like vaguely here in the United States, such thing. But now I'm like, I'm gonna go off of that theme, but branch out a little bit. It's going to tie in a little bit more with some historical cases, but it's going to be. I don't want to give away too much, so it might steal my idea, right? I haven't even written anything on a computer. It's all in my notebook because I don't want AI to steal my idea either. Because I know they will. Computers probably already got half of it. All I've done is think it. I haven't even talked about it except what I just said right here. Tactical Tony's planted trees. You go. Tony's gonna write his book. Tony met somebody that writes kids' books and gets them published. Oh, right, Tony? Yeah, I mean you've got your life story alone. That's be a pretty good story for somebody. Tony, like that. That's a good point. Like, That's especially to motivate. It depends on what your intended audience is, right, Tony? Like, do you want to motivate the urban youth to do better, or do you want to? I mean, what's your audience, right? I think you should definitely write something targeting those young urbanites to do better. Yeah, right, Wayne. Yeah, just go knock it out and you go back and revise and edit. And that's kind of what I'm thinking. But the thing is, with all that writing, I'm going to end up cutting a lot back because I know there's going to be a page. You need to limit my pages, right? Because I have a lot and I haven't even got close to the main event. And I've got an idea. It's going to basically be 2 separate books, kind of a nod to another book series that's out there. Again, I don't want to give away too much. What's up, C103? Did it ever stop raining out there? I know everybody I watch I know Saints was talking about it, and there's a few others on the Twitter and social media and stuff, but it's just, they've had to plant between rainstorms. There's a little channel that goes by North Carolina, what's it, NC Little Farmer, I think's the name of his channel. And he just does a lot of tractor work and stuff. He was planting his stuff between weather last week. Well, it's been really bad up there in like Ohio, Kentucky, right, Indiana. Got a lot of bad tornadoes and such, flooded, one thing after the other, and then there's a lot of rain everywhere else, seems like. And then off and on, and like nobody can get anything done. Speaking of not getting anything done, I've been here running my mouth, not getting anything done. But Wayne, it's going to have to be electronic. It's not going to be print. But like somebody's like, I'll pay you a bunch of money to print this book. You know, set a word count to 60 to 80,000 per book. If it's longer, to break it up into 2 because of the cost. Yeah, I'm probably not going to print. It's fiction, so it doesn't need to be too crazy. That's my initial thoughts, at least. It would really depend on if it caught traction, I guess. But I hear what you're saying. You get you print 100 of them, and your costs are through the roof. They've got that for the fictional side on the Vet Bro groups and stuff. There's Wargate Books has done a lot of stuff for people. But a lot of it is on Kindle versions and stuff like that. But this might just be a book I just send to you all in an email. If I ever get that far. If you get a book in the email, you'll know I value your opinion. And we'll go from there. I think that might just be what it starts off as. Just, hey, it is what it is. Not everybody can write War and Peace, right? It takes a certain style. Sometimes your topic can be really good. It's just the timing of when it actually comes out. People actually clicking into what I'm trying to say. Could be a whole other generation for Tony's book. Told, Through that's good. Get some stuff in the ground. As you can see, we're still working on that here. I'm saying I was going to put carrots in on this row once I've got through, and I'll put some radishes over next door over here. So that was kind of the goal of this video. Weed some, talk some, put some carrots and radishes in, go to siesta. All you folks on the East Coast will be done with siesta by the time I get out of here, so we'll have a good handoff. Or Walter will be done with his tie rods probably before me. But at the beginning of the video, if you did miss it, I did kind of go through what we got planted already. Got some store-bought seedlings and some those seedlings that we grew ourselves mixed in. I was saying that it was shocking, or not shocking, just kind of surprising that first group of seedlings I had that not doing so well kind of came in, and that ones I planted there on the video, that whole tray, and they must have dried out at some point during my travels, because I must have missed a watering or something, because hardly any of those came up. I've got a few pepper plants that came out of that, and yeah, it was mostly the peppers that came out of that bunch. But that whole tray did not do well, and I don't know why. But that first tray that looked like, oh, that's pretty sketch and not too healthy, like they all, I showed up at the beginning of the video, those tomatoes especially looked like they're going to be all right. They're in the ground now. We'll see what happens. But I was kind of surprised that, especially I thought like what Liberty Garden pointed out. But we lost a couple of those, but the majority of everything held in there and did good. And that big tray of seeds did not do well at all. Not well at all. Markers I've had to use basically sticks, rods and stuff to mark my plants. I ran out of marking tools. Where is that? What I also did with some of the seedlings is the little seedling tray I grew them in, I just used that, put stirred in it, set it next to it. That's the number of plant it is. So got it marked that way of what it is. But where I planted seeds, there's not a plant up yet. I just had to mark the sticks and stuff. Major failure on my getting ready for this year. So hopefully I don't dig anything up that I've already planted in my efforts to keep the weeds at bay, such as it is. What else has been going on YouTube subject-wise out there? Of course, I'm out doing training. Dad on YouTube taking a month off at siesta. Tony out there just digging up ancient artifacts out of people's crawl spaces. I don't know. All right, Wayne is out of here. Have a good weekend, Wayne. We'll see you later. Let me see what. Make sure you don't overheat the device here. Move it into the shade. I might be able to press it down here. Zoom out. All right. But I'm just trying to think what else is going on out there in YouTube land that I've noticed that people may not be aware of. Definitely the book series. Everybody writing a book, so I'm behind the power curve. So that's like 3 of y'all writing a book, and here I am not doing nothing. I feel like a slack, and I'm older than you guys too, so I'm I guess that has to be an inspirational thing. When you're so inspired, so motivated, and then when you get enough time away from planting your plants. Stand by for minor earthquake here. C103, sometimes replanting is a thing. I'm starting to think there's something to that. Waxing, right with C103? Well, I was saying earlier, like my whole first planting of carrot and radishes got pulled. Didn't do anything. And so that's why I'm having to do them. That's what I'm trying to do today, is get that done. So, what's everybody yelling about over there? Bunch of disgruntled geese. It doesn't like there's no signal. I don't understand how there can be no signal on the ground. sometimes it just doesn't take, right? So that's what we're doing here too. Radishes especially are super easy. And I don't know why that first row didn't just grow. And that's back when we had rain. You know, we had some rain come in during that time, and they just didn't want to come up. I just don't know if the weeds got too much for them or what. But it didn't look that bad. But not a lick. Not a lick. Let's see here. I guess I should have brought a tripod instead of just a little holding stick thing. Might make a difference too. So I hope everybody's Saturday's productive, if not enjoyable, or enjoyable, if not productive. If you're not being productive or enjoyable, you're in a really bad spot. And hopefully you get out of that spot. You know? Because that's no way to spend what few days you have. Let's see what else is going on out there. The weather, trials and tribulations of the economy. Yeah, this phone getting a little warm. What else? Got a little breeze here, should keep everything cool, which is good. I don't know. Let's see who we got here. All right, Wayne is out. But yeah, if you haven't got a garden and you're trying to know what to do to start, just go start. You look at that's what we did here, is learn as you go. Plants are seeds are fairly inexpensive, relatively. Stock up on them while they're still relatively affordable, and start growing, and then you can harvest your own seed and you be set. Like I was showing that corn earlier, that's all our old seed from like 2021, the last of that corn from that batch that we got going. So you have that opportunity years down the road. Once you get started, you can keep going and you learn the things, and you have failures, but hey, nothing wrong with a little lessons learned, as long as you don't as Uncle Al would say, be cousin Dumas and not learn from it. It's all good. Nobody has a perfect season, not that I know of, at least. I don't know. I guess all these people that dump tons of fertilizer and tons of pesticides and stuff probably think they're doing good, but I don't know, that's definitely not worth it. Don't do that. Would be my advice. You're having to eat that stuff. You don't want to be dumping all kinds of crazy stuff on it that, if taken in any other form, would basically kill you. You know, that don't make no sense. So that's my garden advice for the day. I was just thinking about firearms, because Steve did his training video yesterday, and I know it was Matt at what's Matt's channel name? Guns and Gear. What's that for? Resist the Tyranny, Guns and Gear, RTT. Is that the name of his channel now? Resist the Tyranny, something else. Everybody knows Matt from Resist the Tyranny from way back in the day. He's still on YouTube. I mean, he's still on YouTube. He's not like he's gone, but he's big time now. He's a bigger channel. So you guys all might already be in the loop, but he's opened an online store for all your training accessories and needs. I thought that was interesting. So he's definitely moving up in the world. That was pretty cool. Wayne, did you have an online store? I was trying, now that I think about that, I think Wayne might have one too, but he's gone. But I'll have to check into that. But that would have been a while back too, because when he moved to Tennessee. But Resist the Tyranny, Matt has one, and so I got a lot of links to put in the comments once this thing's over, and we'll get some more information out to all you. If you're new or so inclined that you don't know, there's a lot of good YouTubers out there doing a lot of good things with such things, so that's pretty cool. And definitely check out Resist the Tyranny. is it Training and Guns? I can't remember the full channel name now since he changed it. It's kind of like Italian Hillbilly. He like changed his name 4 times, expects you to remember his name. And Wayne's the same way. It's like, can't you guys keep the same name? Maybe that's why I don't get out, have a very good reach. I haven't gone. But yeah, Resist the Tyranny, Wayne, all good stuff. Steve, of course, they're trainers. Yeah, I think me and Steve made people mad because the channel's definitely ain't going nowhere. But I like just having you guys around because I know you're not the AI, or at least I hope if you guys are the AI, we're cooked. Because it's definitely taken over. And if you guys have been AI for this long, fooling everybody, we're definitely in bad shape. I need some real friends. I know Tony's real. But man, it's like half the ads you see on YouTube aren't even real. Steve was talking about, he did it on his live stream, I think it was last week, Steve was talking about how he uses AI for a lot of the videos and the voiceover and all that stuff. It's like just faster. And that's how they get us through it. Make it easy before they make it hard. And, it runs all over the. Remember in Terminator when he calls the guys mom and he's asking, he's mimicking the voice to find out if it's real or not, and he figures out that the other Terminator's on the one on the phone by asking him that question. It's like, this is where we are, folks. Terminators walk amongst us, and half the people aren't even aware of the danger that we're all in, and just accept it as another stage in evolution, basically. Some people really are heavily into the whole evolutionary track of this is the next stage of human development. Like, no, it's human destruction, what it is, but most people aren't ready for that discussion. They're just gonna roll with it. It's like maybe we need that solar flare to kind of shake us up a bit. We need to shake ourselves off some of these dependencies that people are developing on these easy, what they present as tools, as control devices, like the cell phone, for example. Cell phones can get on one of those for sure. Of course, I don't know how I'd live stream you all without it, so there's the good of that. I reckon. Let's see if we got anybody still hanging in here through the weed planting. Froze. Am I still froze, Tony? I think I cleared that up. I hit the wrong button there. I locked the screen on myself. I should be getting out, right? No. I'm not back. Everything's froze. Whoa. I wonder if it's overheating. Oh, good to go? Okay. Yeah, I hit the wrong button there for a second. Did you hear me talking about AI? I think the algorithm probably blocked me for talking bad about its God. Can't talk bad about the beast system, otherwise they'll get you. It's like playing with fire. Fire has uses, but know that it can also burn you very deeply, directly and impactfully. It's not just from making memes and videos on YouTube. Some people don't get that message, I don't think. Okay, Tony got the message. Tony's probably the last person who needs the message. Spread that message far and wide, But the younger generation, I don't even know, they become so desensitized to it because it's literally like everywhere. All these YouTube commercials, social media commercials. I don't watch enough TV to know if they made the commercials on the TV AI, but I would bet there's a few that are getting really good at not letting you know that they're in the system. It's like the Terminator movies, and there was a meme Or, can't believe we all watched the Terminator movies and then made it, and then made AI after watching that. It's like, yeah, not enough John Connors in this world. Which is funny because I think I have a cousin named John Connor. I believe so. So there's at least one out there still I know. So somebody's holding out hope for the revolution. Everybody's holding out for a Neo. You just need a couple John Connors. Be all right. Yeah, the hula ho is awesome, right? C103. Uncle Ted was right. There you go, Tony. Uncle Ted. It is. Yeah, it's one of those things we were too young to understand. But yeah, definitely not just a crazy man in the woods. He saw it coming. Sometimes prophets are considered crazy. His method of spreading the word might have been a little bit off, but the message was on target. No pun intended. Yeah, the hula ho is a pretty good device. For those of you that, I remember I never saw one of these until, I guess they've been around a long time. We didn't use these back home when I was growing up. We just used a regular little hoe. And then out here when the wife snatched me up, it's like, this is your new hoeing device. I was like, oh, how does this work? It took me forever to figure out how to use this thing. When you're used to just hoeing, it's like, how does this work? What does it do? Like, what about all the dirt that comes up with it? You learn how to shake it off and everything. You're like, man, techniques, tactics, techniques, and procedures. Just like anything else, even gardening has techniques, tactics, and procedures. But I would imagine the design for this can't be that old, and it uses a lot. I mean, it could be old. I'm sure it's pretty old, but it uses a lot less metal than your standard hoe. So you think it'd be pretty profligate around places to develop them. You can take any old piece of sturdy metal and make it into a loop. I mean, you could use a horseshoe to make that, if you had to in a pinch, just for future reference, planning needs. Make them out of anything. I'll give you a little loop there. Could be useful, I do believe. I wonder if Howie has got a hula hoe. I don't remember watching him hoe anything. His garden's pretty immaculate. Speaking of devices, techniques, and tactics in the garden, Camp Patton Productions. I'm pretty sure he's in Idaho. Yeah, his logo's Idaho. Did a video the other day. He made this manifold of his for his watering system. So PVC, because you know how you have like your hydrant that comes out, and you got 4 places where you can hook garden hoses to it or whatever. He made like a manifold coming down to his drip line, so he could propagate his drip line out of his hydrant with this manifold. Check that video out. That's high speed right there. I was like, why didn't I think of that? My setup's a little different, but that still could be useful at some point. But because the way he's got it set up, he's right there, so the manifold comes right off the hydrant, it looked like, and into his irrigation lines. And I think he put the design information at the bottom of the video. So if you go check out Camp Patton Productions on YouTube, there you got that. I will try to find the link when this video is over, if I can remember all the different links that I've promised to put in the bottom when I'm done. I've promised quite a few. We got books to read, we got videos to watch, things to learn. Hopefully somebody gets something out of it, right? guess you could run it at the end of a garden hose, install the manifold, and put your irrigation out. Anything like any combination thereof, be pretty high speed. I mean, it's basic. I mean, he just made it out of basically PVC connections and stuff. For my technical expertise, that's pretty high speed. Some plumber or somebody would be like that. So. Yeah, well, he was probably right. Because there was an advantage to it over just getting a four-way splitter like you did at the hardware store or whatever. I can't remember what it was. There was something on the ground, and so it would distribute from there. Which I guess you could run directly off the hydrant down on the garden hose like that. Go check that out if you're interested. Distributing your water through multiple lines in a way that helps get it out efficiently without damage to your hose and stuff. That's kind of the point of it. Damage to your lines. We've got this ready to go. Weeding to get some carrots back started. So whoever's on siesta watching the video, thanks for checking in. Thanks for watching. Tony's doing rodent control now. Using a 22, Tony, or what do you? 22. What do you got? Or the dog? Dog's pretty good rodent control too, you know. Rodent control is important. I've got a squirrel that's down by the pigs, but he doesn't get around here very much. The dogs will be able to corner him yet, but his days might be numbered once they get the pattern on him and figure out what his time frame is. He's not being for a world of hurt. But usually in the evening he comes sniffing around pig pen looking for snacks. And by the looks of it, he eats more than snacks because he's a pretty healthy guy. Pretty healthy looking squirrel, you know what I mean? Rodent control. Yeah, all right, let's see what we got here. Carrots first. Yeah. What's up, Vegas Stacker? Kind of missed your this morning. I was already coming out here to kind of get some work done in the pool. So I'll usually catch up with you guys on the back end on the Vegas stacking channel. All the Vegas mafia gets together to talk about stacking. Yeah, it's either too early or I'm trying to get out here too early usually to watch that live. Did you guys talk about the dip, the smackdown at the end of the month, just in time to press price? So anybody that wonders about the Survival Seed Vault, My Patriot Supply, they've got really good product. Let me see if there's a date on here. Yeah, you'll see this. So this was bought. This test date on these are 2011. You see that? I have had no issues with any of the seeds I've gotten from them. Now, not every single one has ended up coming up over the years, but really good success, really good products. So if you're interested in the Survival Seed Vault, I highly recommend getting one because they have been very good to me. A lot of my plants have come out of them, and now since like you see, that's 2011. that I've had that, I've started using filter and circulating through them, so that they just don't lose their lose their usefulness. I mean, their shelf life is supposed to be 20 years or whatever, but stock up on them for a reason. No reason to not use them. So got those. Been the radishes, the some of the beans, the zucchini. I planted the zucchini out of there last year. Really good seeds. So one of the big things is when you plant your own, and you collect your own seeds, get you your own mylar, get your own little baggies, harvest your own seed, seal them back up the same way. You've basically done the same thing. The biggest thing is just making sure they're super dry and everything is dry before you bag them up. That's been the biggest thing when I've been collecting seeds. Like those corn seeds are from 2021 I was talking about, that we planted, are coming up really good, strong this year. Mylar, your own little baggie, just like the survival seed vault, you're set. Was that Dad on YouTube checking anything I saw there? You're off vacation, Dad? You ready to do your first of the month? This is my last of the month, trying to catch up. I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll try. How did your garden hold up while you were sipping pina coladas and stuff? You know? Dad on YouTube talking about on the verge of getting fired and he's going off gallivanting around the country and stuff. I guess get your last days of enjoyment in before you're on the bread lines, right? A good one. Yeah, right, Dad. Yeah, it gets full of weeds. Yeah, that's what happened to me, and I was work. It's even worse. Having to travel for work and come back to this mess of the garden. But hope Dad had fun with his excursion. You only live once. Yep. And it ain't getting no cheaper, so you might as well do it while you can afford it, right? Are you gonna do a Dad's economic index video based on that? Hopefully, see how that goes. See how your adventures went and your observation of the human condition. I was wondering if anybody else's garden, but anybody else's garden has got no time to look at YouTube and garden. And no comments. Nothing new. Wait. Lock up. Make sure we're getting everything in here. Oh, Dad says I might. It was busy. We went for the cheap, right? Oh, Dad's got all the secrets to traveling cheap to the Orlando. It looks like that's a good hack to have, I guess. That's a bit far for me. And the thing is, like Disneyland doesn't even compare to Disney World. Everybody out here, it's Disneyland, and it's like this is not even the same animal that you get or deal with going to Disneyland. I mean, they've got the Universal thing now next to it, and there's one other thing down there, but it's nothing compared to Disney World. So it's a whole nother level of entertainment theme park in this. Most of it's because Disneyland's stuck in the middle of the city, so you can't grow no more. Disney knew what he was doing. He put it out there in the middle of a swamp. You know. Whoa. Let's corral these seeds a little bit. So we've had some success here. If you're so inclined to wonder what the real condition of the garden is, I kind of showed that at the beginning when we got started here, just to update the struggle with the weeds and stuff. But we got some store-bought seedlings we put in, and a lot of the seedlings we made did pretty good. So tomatoes and peppers in particular. And we're just holding out for everything else. Walt was a visionary, faux show. He's like, what else are they going to do with this swamp? Let's turn it into something nobody's ever seen before. I guess to that point you're correct. And it's kind of miraculous. Disney's never been wiped out by a hurricane or anything, you know. So it's far enough inland. They had to figure all that out. You know, where'd all the hurricanes go? So must have had that pre-planned or something. Because that whole area, just either side you're on, that thing ain't but what, 90 miles wide? Like, it wouldn't take much to flood everything out. So they had to do the whole irrigation stuff, drainage, to keep it from even just flooding, not just the winds and everything. There gotta be some engineering marvels going on there. Think about all the hazards with that, and that it is a swamp. So early engineering of that had to be done in such a way to not flood, etc. I'm getting out of here just in time for the heat. So radishes here. I'll see hello to whoever's still left on here. I'm going to remind you of all the links I'm going to put in the comments of everything we've talked about that I was referencing. A couple books, a couple videos. I'll have to go back and watch this and know what it says. Lots still going on in YouTube, even though these present times, suppression. Best thing to do is word of mouth. Let your friends know, let your mama's friends know about all the good things happening. All the good word being spread on YouTube. Or not being spread, or not good word. Engineer like Dad, so this is a very ad hoc process. I kind of just throw it out there. Spread thoroughly. He has a drone that plants all his plants for him. Programs it based upon the seed instructions in the packet and goes with it. 2 inches apart, 1/8 inch depths, precision. They're probably two gardens no more different than ours. At least that's what I tell him. One thing I was talking about last year, we need to start weighing my produce to figure out how much real weight we get out of it. We'll see if we get to that point once we get start worrying about that. I was thinking if I could get a scale that I could have out here instead of having to take it inside to weigh it out here, it would be easier process. Usually if I sorted stuff and started filtering and processing by the time I get it inside. Now I gotta mark that. And I gotta get more water. Let's see if we got anybody left. What's going on? Bacon and eggs. He's got bacon and eggs. That's lunch time. That's stuff for you, Tony. Eggs and bacon. Here, I have to show you this high-speed tripod, or hand pod, or whatever you want to call it. High speed it is. Oh, there we go. Go over here and get our water. Water that couple rows. And I'm going to head in because it's hot. It's getting really close. It's almost just after 10, so no reason to push it. What do we have already? Anybody going to the lake? We need to join those people. Catch a ride and go sit in the lake for a couple of hours. Alright, what we got going on here? Now the trick here is to water it without washing everything away, such as it is. Nice and cool, Tony, is that right? No, humidity's not such that it's overwhelming. I guess that's good. Set you guys down for a minute. Somehow. Wait, it doesn't like to be set down. I keep forgetting that. Go back over here to the holder. For some reason, the signal just does not come through strong. Right here. Uh-oh, see when a three's gonna go to the lake. That's what I'm talking about. It's always if you got one nearby, and it's probably close to 20 degrees cooler at Lake Tahoe. And you get in that water's like 55 or something, maybe even cooler this time of year. It's still spring runoff, just in ice water, basically. That's a good time. If you're so inclined to ever avoid Orlando, Dad, you got to go to Lake Tahoe sometime. You know? Just a minute, I'm watering. Hold on. Forgot I wasn't talking. What am I doing? Focus. Focusing on the task at hand a little bit too much. Let's see. And I need to water my on the verge of dying squash plants, cucumbers, just to get them a little extra to get through the day. See if they hold up all right. Get this. All right. You guys don't want to see that. I think I'm gonna. Yeah, Dad, you do need to go. Nature's wonders. Don't worry about those man-made edifices. God's creation is the best creation. Yeah.